is Colin Dijs, and in this video you'll see a replay of a live masterclass I did on campaign reviews. So you'll see a bunch of my students live on a class reviewing their campaigns. So I hope you enjoyed. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up and check out the next part when they come available. Enjoy.
The control teasers.
Okay.
And I was getting here look at this. Look, my CPC was the same at 5 cents, but the data, there's so much fluctuation in here, you know. Sometimes
okay,
15,
so much. Please explain.
Because I had day where I had only 6,000 impressions, and here 65,000.
Yeah, so 6,000 to 65,000, 10%. Yes.
Okay. Also,
but 65,000 to 6 million.
Okay. Relatively for me, for my
yeah, relatively for your day-to-day results, it is low, right? But you don't know what the total impression count is. So this discrepancy for you might be big, but the overall volume available in Italy, it is probably very low. And that's why it fluctuates so much, because your graph looks like this, right? In terms of traffic, but on the overall graph, it looks like this. You're just scraping the bottom.
Okay,
so the system is trying to keep it stable, but at such low traction, it cannot.
Okay. And I've tested for each offer 5 different lenders, and I noticed that I didn't set my
Can I ask one question?
Yeah.
So before you said you tested 5 offers, and now you're saying 5 different lenders per offer. So 25 lenders.
Yeah.
Yeah, you must be working with Ross. Yeah, Mr. Test It All.
Yeah. Yeah, because
that's a lot of Murat is always doing the same, testing hella lenders. Why you could be right, but I just want to know if you understand what you're doing. So 25 lenders, why?
I was aiming, so I asked what was the a good CTR, and he told me about 5%, anything above 5%. But I was aiming for a 10%, 8% CTR, and I was getting that amount, that numbers. So that's why I tested multiple landing page.
What was the end result of the initial test?
Can you repeat the first result, the result of the first attempt? Do you mean?
Well, of the 25 lender split test.
No, I didn't split 25 lenders all in one go. I just went from offer to offer, and for each offer, yeah. And
5 lenders. Okay, then it makes a lot more sense. Then it's fine.
I had a lot of problems due to restriction, compliancy, and stuff like that. So every time I put a lender, 2 days later, the account manager reached out to me saying that I had to change some stuff, and obviously the click-through rate changes after the.
Who is your account manager?
Can I show you on Skype? So Dennis.
Oh, Dennis. Okay. Dennis is fine. Not the best, but yeah. General terms. You can also just send your lender before you launch it to your account manager, run it by compliance, and then you know in 5 minutes if it will be improved or not. So you don't have to wait 2 days on compliance to check everything.
Yeah, it was a little bit dumb because sometimes he approved a non-compliant lender, and sometimes.
Right. Okay. So he didn't really know what he was doing.
I really lost a lot of time due to compliancy stuff, and now.
And you told him time is my most valuable asset, or not?
I asked him for a premium bundle.
All right. Fair enough. Make a little trade. Okay, well, so then obviously, all in all, what additional questions do you have on this campaign? Or you just wanted to show us the overall?
Yeah, I do have questions. So my bid was at 5 cents, and but due the review of the Iron campaigns, I was wondering if the 5 cents was too low, because the account manager suggests me to bid the 8 cents, and
Why
of
8
course,
cents?
because he said the average bid for Italy is 8 cents, not 5.
Huh, interesting. All right, so you go to the gym for the first time. The average person can bench 100 kilograms. Does that mean that you should bench 100 kilograms?
Yeah, I didn't bid 8 cents. I was thinking about increasing slowly, 25% some, but
Okay, that's good. So at
I
least you
don't
can
know
take
whether it's about
the,
traffic or not. But
well, if an account manager makes a suggestion and wants to help you, do take it into consideration, right? Because I know a lot of you guys just discard it because they're cunts. They're trying to help you, right? So they have a job and they get paid based on your results, right? And results will mean you spend more money because you're making money, so they make money.
yeah,
Yeah, they get a very low average salary. So what they say, they're trying their best because that's their only job is to make you happy. So don't discard everything they say, but do think about it twice because they're not media buyers and you are. So that was very good. Yeah, just bump then in that case. If you want to believe him, and you do, just bump the bid slowly
no,
and don't
I don't
immediately
believe
change it.
him, but I will follow the Ross suggestion, your suggestion, because I actually had some results.
Okay.
Even though I'm not here, I missed 2 conversions due the tracking problems because I moved into another affiliate network. I want to show you just the clicks that I had into my CPA network, and I decided to switch offer because I was getting a very low conversion rate, and the mistakes that I made was that I didn't post um, before this offer, because in the meanwhile I was getting a huge amount of holds, and with these holds I was hoping that I was getting more conversions, but uh, I
They
just
were all
got
rejected.
yeah, and
Okay.
17 20 rejections out of yeah, that was not good. And I want to ask you, if I got this number on the offer, is due to a widget problems, audience issue, or just the offer sucks?
I would have to analyze the entire campaign because I would have to see all data points. I don't think we have time for that, but that would be a good question to ask Ross on your next call. And he can spit
Yeah, I
with
asked
you through the data. Oh, you
Ross
asked him
as well.
already. Yeah, so I would have to see numerous data points, right? Could be a mix of everything. In this example, if you just show me this data, right, then you have, let's say, a 1% conversion rate on the lead event would be 5 leads. You have 17 total leads, so 3% lead conversion rate, right? Then lead conversion rate to sale is higher than 10%, right? Almost 20%, 17 orders of which 3 sales. However, total sales compared to total traffic is only 0.5%, right? And usually we compare total sales to total traffic is easiest, where we want to be at least 1.5%. So in this example, the people are interested, they just don't convert. So the match of the audience opting in compared to the flow, so they're not trashed, right? So the numbers are real, they're speaking with people, but they're rejected, right? 10 times. 10 times is quite high to get rejected. On the phone, they say, oh, it costs money, never mind. So either the lender that you're using doesn't flow well, it doesn't make the right promises, or the people just simply don't have money. But it is Italy though. So probably there's something to do with your flow or the call center. If you didn't know, you can ask your account manager if they ever reply to you at that combo for the rejection reasons. because you can ask a list and they will have for each lead the reason why it was rejected. Just be ready to wait 10 days for their answer because they're not that quick.
I only got 2 replies from this account manager. That's another reason why I am switching to another CPA network. And
Yeah, so if you're working with Terra leads, they're a lot quicker, they're a lot more helpful.
and more transparent, I would say.
They're not as big though, right? So that's usually what you have: smaller company, younger team, more eager. And AdCombo basically gives 0 fucks about no affiliates, unless you do like 100K per month, and then they want to work together. But yes, in this example, you would have a good analogy based on the data, especially the rejected orders is weird that is so high. Normally your trash would be higher if the quality of the traffic, the people are just playing around, right? They do fill in shit, but they just fill in fake phone numbers. Well, then it's not going to work for you, and then they will be trashed. So here the rejected orders is strange.
I think it's a little bit suspicious because I have these holds here from 2 weeks. Usually it took three days to define a host, but with AdCombo it took.
Yeah, probably it will be trashed by the system. Like if you well, I've worked in a call center, of course, fucking nightmare. But sometimes it calls the outbound calls from like a month ago, right? Somebody just makes an appointment for 2 months in advance, and then 2 months later it comes back, and you're just calling, right? They cannot stop the dial, and somebody picks up like, hey, who's this? It could be like an appointment which is set like 3 months into the future, and by accident, and the hold will stay there for like so long, and then will be trashed because obviously nobody's going to call a lead which is 3 months old. It happens. It's like unconventional. It could be a delay in the system, but it's only one in it. So I would just count it as like trash or rejected. I wouldn't count it as to be a sale. So leave it out of your equation.
By the way, in my advertorial, I removed all the fake navigation button, all the that catchy images on the sides, and I mentioned the price of the product in the advertorial. So if someone clicks, has already saw the price, already knows everything about the products, just to not to have an high click-through rate and a lower opt-in rate and something like that. I don't want to. I just made it the advertorial this way.
Did you want to make it that way, or did compliance of the traffic source make you do it that way?
Both.
Okay, so they suggested it and you followed their lead. Okay.
No, they only told me to remove the picture on the comment and to remove the fake buttons, the tag advertorial and stuff like that. But I downloaded all the landing page from the CPA network, and in the landers they have what?
No, I said right.
Nee, did you see something? Why do I downloaded the lender from the CPA network? Do you mean?
No, I just said right. Like I understand what you're saying.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And I just removed they do have some stuff in the side like top recipes to lose weight in your advertorial. But I thought that if someone clicks there and be redirected to the offer, I would have an ICTR, but it was not legit because.
Quite a big assumption, but yeah, it would have to come down to a test.
I mean, if someone click on my advertorial, top 5 receipts, and then it be redirected to the offer, there's a disconnection because he wanted to see the top 5 receipts, and he just
obviously there needs to be a coherent flow, but it has nothing much to do with elements on the page, right? I mean, like if you're looking to buy a Ferrari and I show you like Fiat Punto, obviously you will not buy this shit, right? Because you want to buy a Ferrari. So always the coherency of the flow is always important.
Yeah. The plan, the next plan is to less questions. At this point, should I consider to try another geo, or should I stick with Italy?
Well, it looks like you have some proper traction in Italy, so I would definitely stay there. It's a big geo full of potential.
Okay. And maybe with the times I will get a better list or a premium bundle.
Definitely. I mean, like any dollar that you would spend on paid traffic, you would need to learn something. If you didn't, then it's your fault. Because the data comes in and then you can read it. Well, that's good. That's good. And you got some additional support. So that's always good. And, you know, for some, like Vitor, who has like an amazing support system around him, and he's very eager. He can create campaigns in short times, right? Because I think this was his like second or third native campaign. So that's obviously amazing. He did have some help, a lot of help. But on the other hand, for some people, it might take weeks or months, you know, 10, 20, 25 campaigns. For Damien, it took, I think, 36 campaigns before his goal was achieved. 36 campaigns, that's a lot of campaigns, guys. And you truly need to believe that this system, you just love that shit. You love creating campaigns, reading the data, and especially the emotional part of things. What we saw with Aaron today, there's basically none. We follow the rules because the rules are set. We look at the data tells us a story, and we come to a specific conclusion. Then all you have to do is read and execute. It's amazing. But easier said than done, obviously.
Yeah.
Always. All right. Thanks, Pablo. You have all your answers you need?
What?
Do you have all the answers you need? Did you want to ask any additional questions?
Just one. Regarding the CPU, I applied the CPU rule on the overall widgets, and because here I didn't saw that some publisher.
If you don't have any sub widgets, then obviously you just applied on the overall widget.
But when I do have a sub ID, should I apply the CPU rule on the sub ID or on the?
Well, what did I just say earlier today?
That I just have to take a look at the sub ID, and if there's
yeah, don't change the words though. It's sub UID.
Sub UID.
Yeah, because sub ID is something completely else.
Okay, UID.
Okay. Yeah, sub UID.
UID. Okay.
Perfect. Mr. Roncini, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts today.
Okay.
Anybody else has a final question before we go? Willie?
Thank you. I want to ask about the same problem with the how much we determine the bid, because I also running offers in Italy. So I studied that in Italy the average CPC from what I searched in the internet is 25% lower than United States. So about 75 cents. And in the other hand, the affiliate at the traffic source also tell me that to bid around 8 to 10 cents because there's a different data. So which one I should follow?
That's a dilemma, is it?
Yes.
Two different points. I don't think what we did with the US to come to, that was just an example, right? Trying to find the average CPC, because I already knew what the CPC had to be based on purchased data. So if you want to know a specific CPC in a specific country, either ask somebody who has purchased data for that vertical in that country before on the specific exchange, or start somewhere and build your way up. So in this example, you would start low, like 5 cents, and you work your way up. Because if you start at 10 cents and then you have to work your way down, you fastly run into reach problems. So we better start lower. That's why always we do 25% of suggested bid. That's my recommendation to you, 25% of suggested bid. And then if you have no reach or traction, just up the bid steadily. Make sense? So the answer is 25% of the suggested bid. If they suggest whatever you said, 75 cents, right? Then you take 25% of that, and that's where you start with. Or if they suggest 10 cents, then maybe not 25% because it's quite low, and you already saw that there's traction to be gained on 5 cents, start on 4 cents, right? But you have to play around with it a little bit. It's not like a fixed amount that will get you somewhere, because these things change. Supply and demand change all the time.
Another question is how to check there is this is a low quality data and this is not.
You would have to compare all the, you have to compare all the data sources together, but you would have to learn how to do that along the way. It's not one answer I could give you how to read that. You have to compare all the things in one line, basically, which is not that easy, but we can get over it sometimes. But the low quality, you shouldn't be stressed about too much. You should look what works and not at what doesn't work, because what doesn't work, we're going to exclude that anyway. It will always be part of the process. So when you would read something and you would say that's low quality traffic, you're 90% wrong. 90% of the time you're wrong. It doesn't convert for you. It doesn't mean it doesn't convert at all. Right? So a lot of new affiliates is like, oh, they scam me, bot traffic, they scrape me. They don't scrape affiliates who send 10 conversions a day. They scrape affiliates who send 10,000 conversions a day because they won't notice it. If you have 10 conversions, they scrape like 20%. Of course, you're going to notice it. Right? But like 10,000, then they scrub 100 and you will not notice it. So don't stay paranoid, stay woke. All right, thanks guys, I gotta run. It was a pleasure. I will see you guys on Thursday for our last Thursday seminar. We're going to have a great time on Thursday. Thank you guys all for being here and have an amazing rest of your day.